Here's what you should know about your local housing market in this week's Market Update. I am excited to be back. I spent much of this week recovering from illness, and while I spent a lot of that time working day and night from home, here in my home office, and I had my team working out in the field to make sure that everything went flawlessly without a hitch. I get really into my work. I put a house on the market this week that I've been working on for months that I'm really excited about, and have a broker open house yesterday that I was not able to attend. While it went phenomenally, it's like going all season and then having to sit out in the playoffs with an injury on the sideline. So I'm excited to be back. I've been itching to get back out there. What's going on in the market? Really light inventory still. You're going to see this week some of the stats in terms of houses selling for above list price are going up. I'm expecting to see those numbers increase rapidly, though. The deals that I'm working on, I'm seeing houses sell for way above list price. A lot of buyers clamoring to get into the mix. So I'm expecting to see how the bidding wars just increase in their intensity. Another trend that I'm seeing out there these last few weeks, which is a little alarming, I'm seeing lack of expertise and effort on the part of the buyer's agents. Now more than ever, it really, really matters who you work with. You're talking about fierce competition, and if you're going to win a bid on a house, you are likely making a lot of concessions, potentially stretching your budget. You really need to be getting thorough information and putting yourself in the most advantageous position to win that bid and get the house of your dreams. I'm seeing everything from agents getting frustrated because they waited too long to schedule a showing and a house is popular and the time they wanted to show is not available, and attempting to having this sense of entitlement and attempting to argue with sellers and sellers agents and try to bully into getting into the house at the time that they preferred to get in. Do keep in mind, even if it does work and you get into that house at your preferred time that you were initially told no to, there's a good chance you're going to end up into a bidding war. And if you are in close competition for that home, that seller and that seller's agent have now seen that you have a sense of entitlement, are acting in a selfish way, aren't really concerned with the interests of others, and that could very well work against you when it comes to getting your offer accepted on the home. Now if you do have an outstanding situation, there's nothing wrong, especially for those good buyer's agents who have made the effort over their career to develop strong relations with other agents, to ask if there's a possibility of an exception, but to show too much of a sense of selfishness and entitlement early on in the process could very, very, very much negatively impact you when it comes to getting your offer accepted on a home. But I'm also seeing this across the board with home inspectors, with attorneys. I used to always say, oh, well, it's a problem we have in real estate, and it is a problem we have. You have to select your agent wisely. To get a real estate license is embarrassingly easy. It's a test, it's a class, it's not crazy, but it is really difficult to be a real estate agent. So you do need to make sure that you choose your agent wisely. Being licensed is not even close to an indicator that that agent is knowledgeable and an expert in their field. But attorneys, they have to go to law school. Law school is long, difficult, expensive. They have to pass the bar exam. I'm even seeing attorneys that are really, really putting their buyers and their sellers in vulnerable situations that are losing them a fair amount of money. So do make sure that you choose your team wisely, or more importantly, that you choose an agent that is an expert, not only in their segment of the transaction, but has put together relationships and a really strong team of professionals to help you throughout that process. So that being said, let's get into the stats this week and see what's going on in our market, which we are including to be Morristown, Chatham, Madison, Harding, Mars Plains, Mendham, Chester, Bernardsville, Basking Ridge, and Randolph. So we've got some new contenders this week for new homes on the market. We had 32 homes come on the market in these towns this past week. That is down 14% from last week. However, we saw the largest number of homes come on the market in Basking Ridge with 11. Second place was Chatham and Morristown, which is usually in first place, coming in at number 3 with 6 homes on the market this past week. We saw most of these towns had less homes on the market than last week, although it was fairly split down the middle, with some of them having more homes come on the market than last week. 25 of these homes were single-family homes, and 7 of these were condos or townhouses. Average list price of homes in these markets was $1,176,000. That's down 13% from last week. The town with the highest average list price was Madison, with an average list price of $2,695,000, although that is down 30% from last week. We saw 2 towns that had no homes come on the market this past week, and we saw a lot of these with only 1 home come on the market this past week. So total inventory, total homes actively on the market currently is 167 homes. That is a 1% increase over last week. The homes with the towns with the most homes on the market, in the lead is Mendham with 31 homes and Morristown with 30 homes. The town with the least number of homes on the market is Madison with only 6 homes on the market. In second place, we've got Harding with 8 and Morris Plains with just 9 homes on the market. Sold homes, we had 20 homes sell this past week. That is a 67% increase from last week, which is not surprising because we had a lot of towns with no homes sell this past week. However, this week we still had 4 of these towns have 0 homes sell this past week. That would be Madison, Harding, Chester, and Bernardsville had no homes sell this past week. We saw the most number of homes sell with a tie for Morristown and Randolph, each with 5 homes sell this past week, and Basking Ridge second place with 4 homes selling this past week. Average list price of the homes sold this past week was $909,000. Average sale price was $937,000. So in this market, we saw homes sell for an average of 3.1% above list price. And the highest above list price we saw in Randolph, with homes sell for an average of 6.6% above list price. In second place, we had Chatham with homes selling for 5.6% above list price. Every town that had homes sell this past week had homes selling for above list price. Average days on market this past week for homes sold was 27 days, and that is down 64% from last week. Total homes under contract this last week was 31 homes. That is up 35% from previous week. The town with the most homes under contract was Morristown and Morris Township with 9 homes. We did see 2 towns with nothing go under contract. That would be Harding and Chester. Only 3 of these towns saw more homes go under contract this week than last week. The rest of them saw less. Average list price of the homes that went under contract in these towns was $895,000, and the median days on market in these towns for homes going under contract was 29 days on the market. So we are seeing spring market starting to heat up a little bit. Seems like we've got most of the winter weather behind us. It might sound crazy, but as cold as it is right now, I'm sure in a few weeks we are going to see some nice glimmer of some warm spring weather, and that is when everybody really is going to come out in droves. So if you are considering making a move, whether buying or selling, or you're not really sure but you want to do something, let's start chatting. Let's get ahead of the game, or at this point just even get started so that we are ready to hit spring market when spring market really hits. So thanks for checking with me. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you again next week.